there's one thing which can make your serves instantly better, and it's probably not what you're thinking. Now, I'm not going to talk about really fancy serves or huge spin or clever disguise. Now, all of these are important, but the thing I'm going to show you is so simple but can massively improve your service game. Firstly, let's see if you can spot what I'm doing wrong. Now, I'm serving at one of the best veteran players here in the UK. It's Mr. Jason Ramage, and he is killing my serves. Now, why is it so easy for Jason to attack my serves? Is it the lack of spin? Well, maybe. Lack of disguise? Possibly. Poor placement? Yeah, for sure. But the biggest factor is how high my ball is bouncing over the net. Let's look at this in slow motion and pause as my serve is crossing the net. Now, this is way too high, meaning the ball bounces high on Jason's side, and now he has an easy attack, point over. So you have to keep your serves low over the net. The lower you can keep your serve over the net, the harder it makes it for your opponent to attack. Why? Because a low serve is going to bounce lower on your opponent's side, making it much harder for your opponent to play aggressively. So how do you get your serves lower over the net? Well, here's a really useful product I want to show you. It's the TT Trainer. You clamp it to any rounded net post, and then there's an elasticated string which goes over the top, and the height can be adjusted. Now, this is the brainchild of Harvey Stevens, who's going to explain a little bit more.
Hello, my name's Harvey Stevens and I'm from Nottingham Table Tennis Club. One of the problems that we see regularly, especially with serving, is keeping the ball low over the net. It's the biggest, most important part of the serve. Over the years, I had loads of different devices trying to put canes over the net, trying to create an aperture. So we decided to come up with a product which is the TT Trainer, and the idea of this is that it creates an aperture for people to practice serving. Say you've got a table at home, you could be using this just on your own. How many balls can we get through? If you can get, say, 9 out of 10, we can then lower it by 10 mil to make it more challenging. If you can get 9 out of 10 there, you can lower it again so the practice becomes measured and it becomes more and more difficult.
Now it's my turn to test out the TT Trainer. I'm trying to serve and keep the ball low over the net. The TT Trainer has been set at 80 millimeters, so that's double the height of the ball. But even here, I'm still clipping the net sometimes. Let's get some feedback from Jason Ramage about how I need to keep my serve lower over the net.
The last few that you did there, I feel that you maybe made contact with the ball slightly too high rather than low. Okay. So therefore the natural physics of the ball bouncing is going to be higher, which lifted it up and caught the cord.
Okay. Shall I get my whole body lower when I'm serving?
Yeah, so normally if you get your legs bent down lower, so you're sort of like, your bat's in sort of like 6 inches above the table, your hands resting on the table, and then you'll make contact with the ball, the height about here. What you don't want to be doing is making contact with the ball too high. You want to be getting nice and low and compact and keeping the movement very short.
So I'm going to get myself lower.
Yep. So you still made contact with the ball about this high.
Interesting. So I need to let it just drop more.
Yeah, let it drop and take it nice and low at the latest point possible you feel comfortable. That was better. That was probably about this height.
Okay. It's interesting, isn't it? You kind of feel out of your comfort zone trying to let it drop even more, thinking you're going to run out of space. But
this is because you've got the pressure of you trying to practice keeping the ball low. Normally, you're trying to practice the different spins and different pace. Now you're thinking about keeping the ball low because you've got something to aim for.
This looks scary. There's not much wriggle room here, is there? But if every serve was this low, it makes it very hard for the other player to attack.
Correct.
Okay, get myself low.
First one. Just clip the net. Yeah, good. So they was all bouncing around here, which is ideal position. Okay.
What about this longer one, this faster one?
So a little bit closer to you where the ball bounces.
Yep. Okay, I've done the practice, now I'm serving at Jason again. And hello, I'm actually starting to win some points. Now that my serve is lower over the net, it is much harder for Jason to attack my serves, and I'm creating some third ball attack opportunities. All because I'm keeping my serve lower. And I'm really making a big effort to start my serve from a lower position, let the ball drop more, keep the serve as tight as possible over the net. It's such a simple change, but it really does make a difference. And I felt that I could start to cause Jason a few problems.
I want to point yet. Because it's more focused, you're more alert. Yes. And there was one or two that I pushed you out wide, and because you was lower and focused, you were able to spring off and get there quite quick. Oh. If you was on your heels in that position, it'd have been a step and you'd have been stretching and missing. All from just changing the focus through your serving.
Now, if you want to improve this area of your game, keeping your serves nice and low over the net, then I fully recommend getting the TT Trainer product. You can order yours by going to this website address here. I've also put a link in the description below. It's a very well made product and I'm finding it incredibly useful. When I normally do service practice, it's hard to know how low my serves actually are. But with the TT Trainer, I can actually see how low my serves are. It really forces me to focus on this aspect of my service game. It's a really great idea from Harvey and Jason, and it definitely gets the Tom thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching. I will have plenty more videos coming soon. Until then, keep playing table tennis.